Like, I think it's a fun game. I like it. It's probably up there as, I don't want to say one of my favorite. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite Sonics. I really like it. If for nothing else, but the boss fights are incredible.
You know what? You know what I don't like about modern Sonic? There's all these like neon enemies that just aren't interesting. That's something I hate about modern Sonic.
See it?
All the enemies look the same and they're not very interesting.
Was that the case in modern Sonic? I mean, Forces just had the egg pawns all over the place.
That's what it was in Forces. That's how it is. This game has a little bit of it, but it still looks good. Yeah, Forces in was that? No, I'm picking Forces. Frontiers.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I actually really like a lot of the enemy designs in Frontiers. They're kind of like this weird, like ancient, but like also like futuristic technology guide.
I just don't like that it looks like Tron. That's my main problem with it.
I guess that's fair. What do you want your Sonic enemies to look like then?
I would love it if they had like more, like multiple colors to them, or I don't know. It's just modern Sonic enemies look like ancient beasts, and I think there's something kind of boring about that. They don't even look like Dark Souls or like Bloodborne kind of beasts. They just kind of look lame, I guess.
Well, to be fair, I think they are like purposely trying to make it a little bit more tame, just because like with something like Dark Souls, you know, they're not trying to appeal to children, I think. Not to say that those games don't appeal to children, but their main demographic isn't, you know? They're aiming for an older demographic, so they're able to go more, I don't want to say dark, but I'm going to say dark because I can't think of a better word, on the enemy designs. Like, I think if Sonic had its enemies Eldritch abominations, I don't...
I'm not saying scary. I just mean like, I don't know, like beastly monsters, but instead we have these like, I don't know how to explain it. They just look like polygonal, like creatures, like nobody really put too much effort into designing them.
But we both agree that it's still the best thing ever made, right?
No.
Excuse me?
I'm not convinced. I'm saying I think it looks really good. It looks like it's fun to play as well.
It is.
The best thing ever, though?
It is. It is.
That one goes to Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights.
It really doesn't. This is better than Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights.
I don't know.
It is. What does Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights have that this doesn't?
When you pick up the collectibles, it has a fun crunch sound.
I don't like the fun crunch sound.
I know you don't. It feels like a Scooby-Doo product.
That's true. It does feel like a Scooby-Doo product.
This one feels like 60%. This feels like 70 to 80% Sonic.
What?
Well, like 20% of the game doesn't feel like Sonic.
What are you talking about?
Like the humans.
Oh, they're perfect. Humans have been a thing in Sonic games since like SA1. And you like SA1.
They looked like proper humans then.
Yeah, and they didn't really mesh with Sonic. Now they've made more cartoony looking humans that make more sense to be in the world of Sonic.
I would prefer the Sonic 06 humans than to compare to this.
Why are we friends again?
I don't know, because
like
sometimes we agree
opinions.
and sometimes we don't. What are you talking about?
Your opinions are like the worst I've ever heard. That's like a Matthew level bad take.
I'm not saying like bring in those humans and animate them poorly and give them like the worst animations and no personality. But if they were given like expressions with like those kinds of models, where they look like actual
models
people,
were good.
I still prefer, but I think their design makes more sense.
Why? How does?
Because they look weird in this, and they're not like main characters or anything. They just look weird, like cartoonish in a bad way.
I can't see where you're coming from. I really can't. I don't know. I don't understand why you would want to mesh hyper realistic with funny cartoon hedgehog.
I would not consider Sonic 06 hyper realism.
Okay, not hyper realism, but that's what they were going for.
Like I would kind of prefer that over this though.
I understand.
Yes, because overall this is a good Sonic game.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I love these chameleon guys.
I agree. My favorite is I just fought one, like the big mama guy. I think that's what it's called, something like that. Like this, like the really giant fat one.
Right.
I like those. They're funny.
I liked it too.
I also.
How far in the game are you already?
Not.
It's only
super.
Because what are we, an hour and a half? A little over?
An hour and a half, maybe close to 2. Let's see, the main goal, as you've probably realized, is we gotta restore all the Chaos Emeralds to restore the planet.
Yeah.
So there's 7 main areas for that, but then there's also a couple areas that don't have Chaos Emeralds that we go to. We've been to the first one. There's another one we have to go to. So that's 2 more areas right there. So there's like, 9 areas in total, and we finished one of them, like the tutorial area, as well as Missouri, which was like the Africa area.
Right.
So we're like, you know,
the Africa area already?
Yeah. Well, the mandatory content.
You're only in there for like, oh, okay.
There's a lot more stages that you can do that aren't mandatory. To beat the main game, you have to beat Act 1 and Act 1 for both day and night Sonic. And then all like the places that have a Chaos Emerald will have a boss fight. But there's like up to like 3 acts per area per time of day that just you don't have to do. We'll probably end up doing some of them because we're probably gonna need to grind for medals, but
oh, you have to grind for medals?
Yes. Stages are locked behind having enough medals.
That's dumb.
I will mostly agree with that. I do like the fact that they give you a reason to want to explore the levels, especially the nighttime levels. But you need to get like half the medals in the game, I think, to finish.
Yeah, I don't like that in video games. That's why I stopped playing Yooka Laylee. Because the final boss, you need like 100, whatever, and I only had like 70.
I dislike it in most games. Yooka Laylee I haven't played it, but it is one I will defend it in just because it's a collectathon.
I like it. But I don't want to backtrack for like 25 extra pages.
No, I get it. I 100% get why you wouldn't like that. In this game, I don't think it belongs. I think they should have still had like the collectibles, but I think it should have been like an optional thing to, like a reward or something, not mandatory.
Right.
But like in something like Yooka Laylee, since it is based on Banjo, and that was like the whole point of Banjo, I get why it's there. Although I'm saying that it's not like I like Banjo. I didn't even finish it.
I couldn't get into it. I thought it was kind of just not very. It's not very good.
It's not. Again,
it's a classic. But like I didn't grow up in the in the 90s.
I mean, honestly, like I said, my favorite Banjo game is the one everybody hates, Nuts and Bolts.
Right.
And probably because it's not a Banjo game. Like it's still like a collectathon. You're still like collecting jiggies. Is that what they are?
Yeah, that's right.
But like it's like there's like a vehicle aspect, which I think is why everybody hates it. But I don't know. I kind of like the vehicle creation in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of fun. I don't think Banjo 1 or Banjo 2 have aged super well.
I never even looked at Banjo Tooie.
It
looks the same though.
I think I played Banjo Tooie before I played Banjo 1. I never finished it.
Okay, that's fun.
I did like it more than Banjo 1.
Okay.
Although I think that's a hot take.
It probably would be. I imagine a lot of people who love Banjo 1 probably didn't play the second game very much.
Yeah.
At all.
Which is weird. You think they would because they love the first one.
Yeah, I think it's more that they just didn't play the second one.
That might be it.
Yeah.
But like, I have a buddy, right? Do you remember that one time you went on a phone call with that one guy and it was the most awkward conversation?
Yes.
He's a big fan of Banjo, right?
Okay.
But he sees Yooka Laylee as like this massive sin. He's like, oh, it's just a Banjo ripoff.
Well, it is absolutely a Banjo
It is,
ripoff.
but it's also literally made by the people who made Banjo.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it? No, it wasn't Rare.
No, it's not Rare. It's people who left Rare
whatever
to make their own company.
Oh.
And I've told him this, and he just doesn't care. Like, he loves Banjo 1. I don't know how he feels about Banjo 2, but he would probably love this game, but he won't play it because he's mad that it's not a real. It's like a Banjo ripoff, and I'm like, it's literally.
Obviously, it's a lot of games that are ripoffs of other games.
Yeah.
That I also love.
Yeah.
The Surge is a sci-fi ripoff of Dark Souls, and I love it.
Yeah, see, I don't even think ripoff is the right word. I think it's more like took inspiration from. Something's only a ripoff if it's like literally just like the same thing, but like they tried to brand it as something else.
Oh yeah.
I think there are very few like real ripoffs.
I don't know. Yooka Laylee is really close to Banjo.
I don't consider that a ripoff. I consider that more of a homage, you know? Because it was made by.
Gameplay-wise, it was pretty similar.
Yeah, but it was made by the same people who would have liked to have made another Banjo game, but literally can't because, you know, Microsoft owns the rights, and Microsoft refuses to do anything with that IP.
Right.
So it's more of like a spiritual sequel, I think, of anything.
Yes. That makes sense. Not sequel, but successor.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. And I understand why people would say that they prefer Banjo over it.
Yeah.
Probably the people who grew up with Banjo, but I didn't, and I don't like Banjo.
But what I'm saying is, though, it's not even that he prefers Banjo, it's that he sees Yooka Laylee like a sin.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, people who
I get
Banjo Kazooie would look at Yooka Laylee like that.
But if it shouldn't be though. I think most people see it as like they don't like it as much, but they see it as like, oh, finally another game like the game I loved as a kid. It's not quite as good, but at least it's you know, it's something.
Yeah. I get it.
I don't know. It frustrates me to no end. His thought process on that.
I think he's justified in saying that. He's a little over the top and dramatic, but
I think maybe I could maybe agree he was justified if he at least played it. It's on the basis of its existence that he hates it.
Right.
And I don't think that's justified. They're remaking Yooka Laylee, aren't they?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was announced not that long ago. It's like a enhanced version.
Oh, it looks fun. I mean, it doesn't look great.
Yeah. I will admit, I mean, I do think I remember the new version looking a lot better. Not like crazy good still, it's still...
The shading was off.
The shading was definitely a lot... The shading and lighting was a lot better in this new version, I will say.
Okay. That's good.
So I do want to play Yooka Laylee, but I'll probably wait for that version to come out. Cause you know why not, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those games where it's fun, but like I think I would hate to play through the whole game.
Honestly, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I think I played a little bit of it once at like a friend's house.
It's good.
Yeah, it's not great. But I also don't think the stuff it's based on is great either.
Exactly.
Like
I think it is.
If you
better,
love
it's
Banjo,
more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, if you love like the Banjo style, you'll probably love Yooka Laylee. You might not like it as much, but you'll probably like it. If you are not that big a fan. What?
The only reason you wouldn't like it over Banjo is because you consider it a ripoff, but that has nothing to do with like gameplay. That's just you like not liking its existence, which is different.
I could see people like not liking certain things that they do in Yooka Laylee, like from a gameplay perspective. Maybe they miss a certain mechanics that didn't make it in, or something like that.
Like what? I mean, Banjo Kazooie didn't have too much going on.
I don't know, man. I didn't finish this game. I barely started the first one. I got like maybe 3 or 4 worlds deep into the second one.
Whoa, the clock moved. Hey, I wonder if you can walk on those hands. Hey, Sonic. Hey, Sonic. What's going on? Why are you a werehog? What does this have to do with anything that you are, Sonic?
No, it's
hello.
It's we're not there yet. We don't know yet.
Okay.
Spoilers. Except for the part where you already looked it up and said what it was.
I mean, they were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, they didn't like
the beginning of this game.
It was, yeah, probably.
So wait. So Robotnik had
the
Dark Gaia power. As I said, Robotnik has the powers of Dark Gaia.
Not exactly.
But he did have access to it, which caused.
Well, no, he didn't have access to it. He shot a big space laser into the Earth to wake the guy up, so he could get it.
And Sonic how did Sonic get affected by it?
Basically, Sonic was like in the machine because like it was using the power of the Chaos Emeralds, right? And Sonic was still kind of hooked up to those. So there was kind of like a feedback where like Dark Gaia energy kind of shot back up through the cannon, and it went in.
Wouldn't that power, because isn't the Dark Gaia power evil though?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that mean that the emeralds, because they're hooked up, would absorb all of the evil energy? Because that's what the emeralds were created for?
Well, no. No. What happened is the emeralds are made of both positive and negative energy. But they didn't absorb anything. Actually, it's the opposite. They were drained like batteries, so they're dead.
Oh.
That's why we're going around the world to the Gaia temples, so we can restore them to their full power.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sonic authors just come up with anything, don't they?
Why do you say it like that? Oh, we're going into a cutscene.
Yes, this is so much fun. I love it.
That's some like a pup named Scooby-Doo dancing.
It's a homage.
It's an homage to a pup named Scooby-Doo.
No way.
No, something's not right here.
So I don't know if you were paying attention, but Tails just gave us a camera from the professor. Okay. And when you see people with these purple marks above their heads, and you take a picture of them, they're possessed.
Wasn't there a Zelda game that had this very same mechanic? What am I thinking of? There was some game from back then.
I don't know.
That had a very similar. I don't remember.
I don't know.
You had to take a picture of something, and then if you did, it would reveal something like a ghost or something. I don't remember.
Oh, you know what? It does sound familiar, actually.
I just don't remember what it was.
The only time in Zelda I can think of them using a camera was in Majora's Mask.
Are they doing Skyward Sword?
Huh?
That doesn't have a camera, does it?
What was I just doing?
Yeah, doesn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think Majora's Mask was the only way. No. I think Wind Waker also had a Picto Box. It's not a camera, it's a Picto Box.
Wait up!
But
Just now.
I think it's just those two.
Oh, Wind Waker did have, yeah.
That
Yeah.
should calm things down a bit around here. Chalk another one up for Sonic.
I love this man.
You
I
know
would do
Sonic?
anything for Professor Pickle.
Of course. He was here just a moment ago.
Tell me what's happened to him. Please, tell me everything you know.
You know, they
I'll
modded
happily
Professor
explain
Pickles
everything
into Sonic
for a
Generations.
plate of cucumber sandwiches.
That's awesome.
It is.
Does he do anything?
They modded him over Sonic.
Oh,
So you just blast around at the speed of sound, but as an old man.
nice. Okay, this is my... Okay, they keep using Tails as, like... Okay, Chip's right there. Chip can be the sidekick. He's supposed to be the sidekick. But, like, they just include Tails and, like, a tablet.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm the tutorial for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Tails does nothing in this story, basically. The only times he's important is at the beginning, when we hitch a ride with him. That's it. He's a taxi at best.
I want them to use Tails as if he's an important and main character. And Sonic Team has a lot of trouble doing that.
I agree. If anything, I think they probably could have just taken him out of here, and it wouldn't change a single thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. We're not meeting any more Sonic characters.
Well, I feel like this game doesn't need any more Sonic characters.
Oh, I agree. I think it would be detrimental if there were more.
It's good enough that it doesn't need more Sonic characters.
Yeah, well, I think if anything, because, like, when you start adding more, like, if you added Shadow, for example, it would be like, okay, Shadow's here. Why isn't he doing anything?
Right, but like they could add like Cream and Cheese, for example, because they've always been like accent characters, never actually
That's
adding
true.
to the plot.
That's true.
But
I'm okay with them not, though. I think it kind of, I don't know. Because, like, the whole idea, at least, like, in my perspective, is that it's like this world adventure. We're going around, we're seeing new places, we're meeting new people. So I think it's okay that we don't see a lot of familiar faces.